Hello there, welcome to another video. It's Matthew from Supply Me Limited and MR Safety Training. So this video is going to be about PPE from a food safety point of view. It is personal protective equipment. We're talking aprons, we're talking gloves, we're talking preparing food for public consumption. When PPE is not being used, when it's being stored, it's nice and clean. It should be in a covered container. Okay, think about maybe a box or maybe a bag. Okay, so it doesn't collect bacteria. So I'm going to start preparing food. So the first thing I need to do is obviously wash my hands. To wash my hands effectively, I'm going to take my ring off. Anything with grooves in, anything with stones, should be taken off or covered with a waterproof dressing or wear gloves, because that can collect bacteria. The only ring you can keep on shore is a plain wedding band. Okay. I'm going to take my watch off because think about the bacteria in the watch and watch strap. There we go. So I'm ready. I'm going to wash my hands. Think about the hand washing process. Think about contact time, minimum of 30 seconds. I sing happy birthday twice. Think about the heat generated through the friction and the hot water, and think about the antibacterial soap that you're using as well. Okay, so washed our hands, we rinsed, we dried, we then put on our PPE. Now, it's always important to go from top down. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hat on. Where's my hat? Now, it's not a legal requirement to have a hat. What the Food Safety Act says is that we must take measures to stop any of this dropping into any food. And I know I've hardly got any hair, but I do like caps anyway, so I'll put a nice little skull cap on. There we go. Okay. And because I've got something around here, nice little beard, I'm going to put on a beard snood. Now, how many people have you come across working in restaurants and cafes and takeaways and so on? You've got long bushy beards and no snoods. What could be crawling in them beards that can drip onto ready to eat food? Okay, so on my beard snood goes. Okay, I can't really talk with this, so I'm just going to pull it down for the moment to explain further. So, apron I'm putting on. Okay, matches me skull cap. There we go. There we go. No pockets. Can't have pockets on an apron because pockets collect bacteria. So a nice clean front. I think my sign's come down there. So a nice clean front. Alright. The tie, the long tie, a lot of people use this wrongly, i.e. they go around the back and then round the front and tie a knot. Okay, this is the wrong thing to do. I'll explain why in a minute. Two things. Number one, I've now got remnants of my knot, my little bow, popping into different foods. Okay, cross-contamination, and also I've got a knot at the front collecting bacteria. So we ties around the back. Okay, and when we teach food safety courses, a lot of people ask, well, why do you have a long tie? The answer is because you get people of different sizes. There we go. It's not rocket, it's common sense, isn't it? Anyway, so make sure our apron covers as much of us of our outdoor clothing as possible, nice and clean, no pockets, no buttons, no velcro, no attachments on the front because they can collect bacteria again. Right then, so I'm ready to serve food. Can you see me clearly? There we go. Okay, so I've put on top down. I'm now going to take off bottom up, and there's a reason to this. So first thing, apron comes off. Okay, that goes to wash. Yeah. Beard snood comes off. That gets binned because you're getting in a big box, loads of them, and then the cap comes off. Okay, cap is first when we're putting on, cap is last when we're taking off, and there's a reason for this. And the reason for that is if I were to put an apron, my hat on after my apron, I ruffle my feathers when I put my hat on. That debris from my head goes onto the apron, contaminates food. Whereas, if I ruffle my feathers and whatever from my head drops onto my outdoor clothing, not to worry, because I'm going to cover it with the apron. Okay, so there's a method to the madness there. All right, so that's that. Gloves. Do we wear gloves? Do we not wear gloves? Right. Gloves are single use only. Okay, they are not used over and over and over again, because then they get crispy and then the ends start falling off into food. Okay, so they're one use only. Now, wear gloves fine if you've got skin conditions, so bits of skin start flaking off into food, or you've got long fingernails that can't be cleaned underneath. So, little activity: hold one finger up horizontal, other finger up vertical, touch. If this finger cannot touch the fingertip because of an overlapping fingernail, don't wear gloves. Okay. We also wear gloves if we've got nail varnish on, because that's a chemical contaminant. It could go into food, so we wear gloves then. Other than that, it is up to you. Gloves on, gloves off. Okay. As long as your hands are clean, debris free, not going to cause a contamination issue, we're fine out there. Okay. So that's your PPE. Once used, gets put to wash or disposed of, depending on if it's single-use PPE or reusable PPE. If it's clean, it goes in a covered container. Okay, ready to use. All right. Now, when we come in, when we're in the food prep area, food handling area, PPE on. When we go out of the food prep area, PPE off. Okay. A lot of times, I've done the food safety audits, and you find staff who are working in the kitchen outside having a cigarette break, all the toxins going onto the PPE. They then contaminate the food, so the food starts smelling of cigarettes. If you go out to the bins or go out for a smoke, fine, but PPE comes off. You go outside, when you come back in, you wash your hands, and if you've been smoking a cigarette or whatever, always best practice to suck a mint, and then PPE back on. Okay, so there you go. So I hope that's been beneficial. If you've got any questions, give us a tinkle, give us a ring, 0113 479 0810, or email support@supply-me.co.uk, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.